Hey guys, Ben here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 4 Episode 1. And in this video we'll be talking about the Season 4 Episode 1 title, which is named The Flash Reborn. So wow, what an awesome title. They recently just released this on Twitter. This is the title for the very first episode of Season 4. So with the actors back on set for a while until San Diego Comic-Con, shooting will start today, July 4th, so we can expect a lot of information to start leaking out. You know, we're going to get behind the scenes photos very soon. So some people were actually quite confused over if they were going to shoot today because it's a national holiday in the US, but even though most of the actors are American, the show shoots in Canada, therefore they must go along the Canadian work system, so they in fact will start shooting today. They won't have a day off like any American show would because they're in America and they're supposed to have that day off. So shortly followed by Supergirl on Thursday, they will start shooting, and then Arrow and Legends on Friday. So get hyped, we will be starting to see all these behind the scenes photos and new bits of information leak out as we go into the summer. So unless they try to keep it on the really low key, we can definitely expect to see different parts of behind the scenes. Like last year we saw the Rival in behind the scenes photos for episode 1 before Comic-Con, and everyone was like, oh wait, is this Savitar? They announced it's Savitar that's going to be the villain. Yeah, we can expect something like that. We might start to see some mysterious characters. My first bet will be this season of The Flash will be a bit less gloomy and dull. With everything being so personal last season, I think it's time for a version of rebirth for Barry, as he has learned his mistakes with his time in the Speed Force, as we do know he will return within the first few episodes, and this can essentially make Barry into a whole new person, more joyful, more hopeful, which would be awesome, as I would love to see Barry being more happy like he was in season 1, you know, happy Barry, doing his CSI work, always has a good mood around him. But in the last few seasons, a lot of Barry's life has been very tragic, so hopefully he gets to liven up a bit. And so basically what I think they're going to be doing with the Flash Reborn title, I think that's just a twist on the Flash Rebirth, and it's going to essentially be like a, again, like Arrow is going to be a soft reboot, Barry's going to be a different person. I think that's what I'm inferring from the title. And also they could bring along a rebirth to Central City, essentially making it some sort of a character, giving it a much lighter and nice mood to it, exploring the city and the citizens that live within the city, as the Flash is very interactive with the public in the comics and in the animated TV shows, but we are yet to see that on the TV show. He has been more of a blur as of now, and he's been sort of hiding in the shadows until season 2 where he came out, but he hasn't really been out again. So with him essentially being reborn, he could definitely adapt a few things like that, as to be honest we haven't really seen the city too much. All we do is really go to CC Jitters, go to the crime lab and go to Star Labs, and we don't really see much of the city, so we just see the city whilst we're running past. But I think appreciating the city and the citizens that Barry protects would be a cool thing in season 4 of The Flash. So also something that was teased is the coming of new metahumans a while ago. So this actually happened in the Flash Rebirth, but with the Speed Force storm victims getting struck by lightning, they actually got speedster powers. But I think in the TV show, if they go down this route, they will most likely be given new powers, as this would be a way to introduce next season's weekly villains, because that has been teased that we will get some sort of new villains that we haven't seen before and in a new way. So that would be awesome. And another massive thing that could happen, which happened in DC Rebirth #1, was the bringing of Ginger Wally West back, as he had been stuck in the Speed Force for such a long time. And on the TV show, I think it would be really awesome if they ran an arc with him and our Wally West, which would be awesome, as it would give our Wally West more character development. And I'm always down for Ginger Wally West because he's awesome, and I think it worked really well in the Flash Rebirth at the moment. With issue 9, that was when we saw them meet for the first time, and I thought that was awesome. And yeah, I just think it would be really cool to explore this arc with the two Wally Wests. He could be like the forgotten speedster who had been trapped in the Speed Force for years. He could be like a version of the Flash from another Earth that had been stuck there, like say Barry goes in but Barry gets out, so Wally West has been stuck there for all that time, and I think that'll be awesome if he got out of the Speed Force, presuming that he's in the Speed Force. So in the Rebirth, they were actually revealed to be cousins, which I don't think, if they did that on the TV show, I don't think that would happen. I think there would just be a version of each other, like doppelgangers from another Earth with like a different dad. But what do you guys think? Are you guys hyped for The Flash Season 4? Are you hyped for the trailer? Episode 1 is going to be awesome, and I can't wait for this. By this whole video, I'm just inferring that they're going to be doing their own version of The Flash Rebirth, as the title is The Flash Reborn. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with my opinions? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
It doesn't make us strong, it doesn't make us weak. Tongue tied to service like Shari T.